guys, hello there, glad to see you on my channel once again. Today's in the video, we're trading on binary options on the pocket option platform. The registration link will be awaiting for you in the pinned comment, so be sure to join. So, today I will show you strategy of the year 2025, which is so actual nowadays, and with this strategy, if you're a beginner, yes, you can earn good money, if you use it correctly, of course. Firstly, we need vortex indicator, and second one is fractal. Two very simple indicators, but at the same time providing very good signals. And vortex indicator is one of my favorites. It usually gives just amazing signals at the intersection of moving averages. We adjust the period by 19. On fractal indicator leaves the value unchanged. Then what do we do? Let's start looking for the first trading case and look. The most important thing in this strategy is to find an intersection and get a signal from a fractal indicator. So look, when the fractal point is at the top, we logically assume that the price movement will be directed downwards. As you can see, after the upward movement, the price most likely ran into a resistance zone, and from this zone we have a reversal. And in pursuit, we receive a signal from the fractal indicator. Thus, the signal turns out more confident. Also, in order to our signal to be as accurate as possible, we must also notice the intersection. So, in order for us to have a downward movement, our red moving average must be above the green one. And look, if the green moving average is above the red one, we can see the upward movement on the chart. Let's take this interval. Here it will be clearly visible. So, here we have a green moving average above the red one, and on this segment we see upward movement. Also, after the price has reached the maximum, we pay attention to the vortex indicator and to our chart. The price has reached the maximum, we see the fractal point, we see a reversal, there is a decrease sliding on vortex indicator. There is an intersection, we see the continuation of the downward trend. This is how it works, so let's find the 100% situation and open the first deal. So guys, the first deal will be opened on this asset, and here I've adjusted the expiration time and also changed the deal amount. And here I will set $500. And the first deal will be upward. And point attention to the vortex indicator. The red moving average is above the green, but nevertheless we see the waving now. It's also impossible not to notice the price is in the support zone, and from this zone there is a rollback up. We're opening in the direction of this rollback to buy. We also pay attention, guys, to the shadows of the candles. And I also say that shadows shows us very important changes in the market. So at what point buyers appeared in this race, we can notice. Here, after touching this support level, we met some support in the form of buyers who are now pushing the price up. We point attention to the fact that the pressure of sellers turns out to be futile, because in fact in this red candle closed with a huge red shadow below. This indicates that buyers are the majority here, and now we get a natural outcome. We expect that the movement would be continued upward. Here we get $420 of net profit, and this is the first good result. Great. Now let's decrease the bid amount. Okay, we set $100 once again, and the logic is very simple. We received a fairly good profit on top, and in order to preserve what we already earned, we will reduce the amount of the next deal. In case of a loss, we will simply open the amount 2 times larger. Let's go on. So guys, the next deal will be opened on this asset here. I have a position for decrease. I immediately open at this point, and let me explain. This is exactly the moment why I'm recording this video right now. I want to show you how effective the strategy is using those two indicators. Look, there is an intersection on vortex indicator now. The red moving average is above the green one. Also, the price is at the maximum near the resistance zone. The last point of the fractal indicator is at the top. And from resistance zone, we get the price reversal downward. We open at the direction of the reversal and with 2 signals from the indicator. And now we will receive another profit. Literally, guys, 20 seconds left until the closure. And as you can see, there is nothing complicated about this analysis. It's enough to see the intersection on vortex indicator and find signals from fractal. and you will have set results. 8 seconds left and we fixate the next profit, and guys, we move on. So guys, let's open the next deal on this asset, the Euro Australian dollar currency pair. The currency pair is not marked OTC, so this asset is currently being traded on the market. Look, the analysis is very simple. Here we set an horizontal support level. Pay attention to how many touches of this level we had here. And the last signal from the fractal indicator, the dot is below the signal to increase. From support level, there is a rollback coming. Despite the fact that our vortex indicators, there's a divergence of two moving averages and the green moving average is below the red one, we still open a position to increase. Here, we turn on technical analysis. Let me explain. Okay, look, we clearly see the price trend is downward. Simple technical analysis after approaching the support level, as we see that the price interacting with this level cannot break it through further for the trend continuation. Accordingly, here there is a strong support zone that sellers cannot break through. And just at this moment, buyers enter the race. Okay, they're pushing the price up. We pay attention to shadows of the candles formed exactly from the support levels that tell us that our guesses, our analysis are correct. And now, okay, right now, we're getting another profit. That's how it works, guys. Here, in fact, we opened from support level with help of fractal indicator. So I saw the point and opened the deal. We move on to the next asset. So guys, the next deal will be opened on this asset. Our position is on the buy, opening at this point. And here we have a completely different situation, not like in the previous time. But here we also have simple technical analysis working. The price is running into resistance zone, which it wants to break through. We're already forming an upward movement, and let me put everything here for clarity. Okay, here we have a minimum point, here's a maximum, and we see in fact the formation of a triangle on the vortex indicator. Look, we have a divergence of two moving averages. The green moving average is above the red one and they're moving away from each other. We also look at the shadows of the candles, and the shadows are mainly located after touching the support level, so below. And here we have a good impulse on green candles, which tell us there are buyers in this area who are trying with all their might to break through the resistance level. And now we will find out whether buyers will be able to break through the zone, or we will open a position to cover. Well, for clarity, let's also open deals to cover. I opened at $300 from support level, and now after the retracement, the price has approached the main level, from which we've just opened positions to increase the deals to cover. And now we're waiting for the results once again. So guys, the conclusion about our trading session is very simple. This strategy really works, and the only thing that is very important to choose the right trading situation, relying on indicators and signals that they provide. And also, do not be afraid to use covering deals, because it's very important. It will help you to increase your balance, and especially if you're unexperienced. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please try the strategy and practice. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye. See you in my next video.